Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And this video, as you can tell by the title, it's gonna be the entire storyline of Fortnite Battle Royale as of now. And then obviously all of you know the cube event happened yesterday, which was just completely insane and everything. It was perfect. I loved the event. It did better than the rocket in my opinion, but what do you guys think did better, the rocket or the cube event? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways guys, this is just gonna be a storyline, like in my theories about everything that's happened so far. This is completely just my theories, it's not 100% correct. So I mean, I like doing storyline videos anyways, so this is my first time doing this. Hopefully you guys are kind of like know what I'm saying. And yeah, let's start right from the beginning. Okay, so season 1, nothing really happened. They just updated the map but no events or anything, so we're just gonna skip that. Season 2, they did the same thing. They just nothing, just updated the map and let's skip season 2. And then season 3 is when they decided, well, not okay, so season 3 is when people started noticing a light in the sky that's brighter than everything else, and they got pretty suspicious about it, but they weren't really too worried about it. So then they just ignored it. And then it kept getting bigger and bigger, and it was pretty obvious when it was big that it was a meteor, and that built up a lot of hype, saying where's the meteor gonna hit. Everyone was saying it was gonna hit Tilted. That also built up a lot of hype, and then like it just built up like a bunch of hype overall. And that meteor caused literally everything we know today happen. Without that meteor, none of this would have happened because it wouldn't be possible. So anyways, the meteor hits the ground, alright? It hit, we all thought it was gonna hit Tilted, but no, it hit Dusty, and also little tiny meteors hit around the map as well, and brought us a new rock, like alien type thingy, which we called hop rocks. And those hop rocks, they made you like kind of low gravity-ish, make you jump super high, and those hop rocks, each one of the craters that a meteor came from, there was always hop rocks there. So the meteors that came from space brought down these hop rocks, and the big meteor that landed in Dusty, that literally had nothing to do. All that meteor was there for is for the Blockbuster skin. That's the only thing that came out of that. But the most important thing here is the hop rocks, because with the hop rocks, when the Blockbuster actually has a big deal with it too. Okay, so what the Blockbuster does, he escapes the meteor, right? In the Fortnite storyline, we don't just unlock him as the skin. He escapes the meteor, okay? And then he wants to go back to his home. And his home is obviously not here. He came from a freaking meteor. So then he wants to go back out into space, wherever he came from. So then, perfect timing, right? There's a villain base with a rocket there. And there's hop rocks, a technology that he knows how to use. And he's a robot, so he's super smart. So he crafted that rocket so it can take off. He timed it perfectly, everything. Used the hop rock substance to get the rocket off of the ground and do all that time traveling crap and break through time and everything. And with that rocket, obviously the rocket launcher was a super big event as well. Awesome, loved it. And obviously with that rocket launcher, it brought us the giant crack in the sky. Oh! The rocket makes the giant crack into the sky, and then that's all we get. And then we keep on playing, right? Then people start noticing that the crack in the sky is shrinking, and that crack in the sky that's shrinking, it caused the lightning to come out of it. It got to a point where it was super duper small, it had a bunch of power, so then lightning just started shooting out of it like crazy at one point. And that lightning is what brought us the one and only Kevin the Cube.
Oh! What's going on? Oh!
What's happening?
What is that?
And you can see in the background right now how Kevin the Cube came to this world and brought us just a freaking cube that was from lightning, and we named it Kevin. And so that brought us there. That you can see. If you missed that mini event thing, well, there it is in the background. That's how it came, if you don't know yet. And it came there when all the cactuses, the lightning slowly destroyed every single cactus in that circle, and then the last one broke, and then it brought the cube. And then Everyone thought there was something inside the cube, something was gonna open or everything, but no. One day, I was playing Playground with my friends, and then the cube moved. Alright guys, so this just happened in our game. I died. This is my friend Dallas's, Fatal Kid 6's perspective. The cube literally just tilted. Look. It's falling over. Look. It just tipped over like that. And then everyone noticed that obviously the cube literally just moved. So then there was a leak came out that the cube was gonna move, well, we already know, all the way to Loot Lake. But on the way to Loot Lake, it made a little anti-gravity dome, like low gravity dome, and caused runes in the ground. And it did that 7 times until it reached Loot Lake. And then that, again, a miniature event happened where it leaked into Loot Lake. It was called Loot Lake at the time, so that's why I'm calling it that. It leaked into Loot Lake, and then it just caused the whole thing to turn into Thanos Lake. No, I'm just kidding. It turned into that big purple bouncy lake that was super fun to use at the time. And then that's the end of season 5. The worst season, I think, in Fortnite, because they brought the SMG meta. I really don't like it still. I want them to bring double pump back, but whatever. So now we're at season 6. Everyone thinks the cube is gone because it melted into Loot Lake. And then we get the start of season 6 and we get that intro cutscene. That intro cutscene, the cube is back and it's lifting a whole entire island up into the air, and it has its own little tornado formation thingy. So we know that the cube is super powerful because it lifted up a whole entire island from the ground, is floating, and it can make it travel everywhere. And then after that, obviously, it started moving, and those ruined locations turned into some decayed areas with little craters in them. And those craters in them, which I made a video on before, was there to make, when the island reached the ruin, it filled it up with purple, like, quote unquote lava, and that made it like the bouncy thingies, the purple stuff. And it didn't gain power yet. What I think, honestly, is it drained some of its own power to go into the runes, so it can take alright, let me explain that again. So it drained some of its own power into the lake. It drained some of its own power into the rune, and then the cube needed some more power to put into the runes, right? So it growed more into the actual house of Loot Lake. That's why the cube is growing. It needed some more power to put into the runes. And then when it went to all of the runes, it gained its power, and then the rune was gaining more power as it was just sitting there. Until when I went to the last rune location in the middle of the map, all the things that float into the air, the runes that float into the air, all went to the middle and gave the cube all of the power that they had back to the cube with its growing thing on the in the house. It's above the house now. That's how tall it is, and it just sucks all the power out of every single rune. It just sucks all the power where just the purple light from the rune turns off and just drops to the ground and stays there. And then the island keeps on moving with all of its power and everything. The cube is pulsing like crazy. Goes back to the vortex in the middle of Leaky Lake, which they renamed it there, Leaky Lake, and made it to where there was a portal, everyone thought it was, in the sky. And then it kind of just sat there, kind of just nothing happened until Fortnite came out. And when Fortnite came out, obviously the intro cutscene, the cube broke the island apart into 3 separate pieces, broke the house apart. The stuff that grew onto the house just disappeared, and the portal's still there. And what that does is the cube makes its own monster things, which are the zombies, which thank God they're gone now. They were super duper annoying, but it's whatever, they're gone now. And that cube thing from the portal caused the zombies, or whatever, cube fiends, whatever you want to call them, to go into the map and just roam around. So that cube is on some crazy stuff, like a broken island, like literally lifted an island off of the ground, reacts if you shoot it, it shoots lightning back. sucked all the power out of the runes, goes back to there, makes a freaking portal, and then also makes cube monster thingies. I don't even know, dude. And that's not even it. And then it goes to the portal, makes all the zombie thingies, and then the cube starts to crack. And then it cracks even more and more and more and more until it reaches its final stage where Kevin, sadly, he's dying. Reaches that stage where all the power is just leaking out of him into the vortex. That's what that drop thing is. It's all of his outer layer, I guess, which is his power. And then, obviously, yesterday, when the last drop dropped, when the last drop came out of him, he started his event, right? And okay, this is gonna take probably a little bit to talk about, but so obviously you can see right now that the cube event, it was spinning like super duper fast, like crazy, just overwhelmed with everything, and then it blows up and leads us to this Destiny looking thingy with circled worlds. I don't know. I'm gonna take my time to explain this because I honestly don't know what that was or anything. Alright, so what I think that world is, it's like, and it's another dimension, right? I think what that is what was inside the portal, but don't agree with me 100% here because I'm not for sure. And you'll see why I think it's the portal in a little bit. But also, people have been saying when you go in replay mode and you go to the footage of like where everyone was, it's above Fatal. But then when you take the time to lower the drone free camera all the way to the bottom, all the lights aiming down are aiming towards Salty, and which may mean Salty's next, or it's just there because it just, I don't know, or it's just there, you know? And that world is just like, I don't know what it is really, but the glowing white orbs things with like the black lines moving around it, I think those might be other, maybe, don't like 100% agree with me here. I think they might be like other worlds or dimensions or something like that, because I don't know for sure, but that's what they look like. Because if you look up as well, there's stars everywhere, so we're obviously in space somewhere and we're floating around. We have no guns or anything, we're just floating around, don't even know what we're doing. And then this light appears, and as we all know, the light forms, at first it looked like a rift, and then it turned into a butterfly. Alright, this is what a butterfly is a symbol of. You can literally look this up. What is a butterfly a symbol of? And straight what it says is butterflies are deep and powerful representations of life, and it has something to do with our souls. But in this gameplay you can't see it, but because I have a cape on, but if you have like a backplane that's on a cape, you can see a blue orb in your body, just fall like in your body the whole time. And that blue soul, I think, is a soul, right? Your soul. And so butterflies are a symbol of life and peace and everything. Resurrection, hope, change. That's what a butterfly is a symbol for. The reason why I think that we were in the portal is because we were super high in the air, right? Where the portal was when we spawned out of it. And obviously you can tell obviously now that it made the new leaky lake, which, not trying to brag, but I was right about that, you know. And thank you guys so much as well for the views on that video. That was insane. It blew up after the event. It went from like 700 views to right now it's at like 2,600, I think. And which I just thank you so much for. And yeah, and so at that new leaky lake, there's flowers everywhere. There's a little rock monument on there. There's a rainbow. And when you go to the middle, you can hear some sort of like Oprah singing peace and everything. It just like, so Kevin the Cube made a peaceful land, basically. A cube that we all like, it just moved around, destroyed a building and tilted, like decayed some areas, but it did that all just to make this peaceful land in Leaky Lake. And that's all I know so far. With the world that we went into, I have no idea what it is, okay? But I think it's just a different dimension, and those orb things were different dimensions or worlds. And then that's all I think, guys. I'm not gonna keep on talking. That's what I think the full entire storyline of Fortnite so far. But what I think about future events is, I think season 7, I think this is the season where they don't change the map up like that much, you know? Cause it just made a peaceful land. There's no cracks in the sky, there's no cube, there's no floating island, there's no runes floating around or anything. It's just normal now. There's no zombie things or nothing. So what I think is just season 7 is just gonna be a season of peace, I guess. Cause I don't think there's gonna be any like major events in this season. There might be little mini events, or I don't know if there will be events, but they might just update the map just normally like what they did in season 1, which I don't blame them for, because I mean, they made a peaceful land. There's nothing there anymore, and so R.I.P. Kevin. That's all I have to say. Anyways, guys, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, share this video with your friends and see if they have the same opinion on this. And yeah, guys, if you guys agree with what I'm saying, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.